Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cryptid Cartoons with Dirty Filth. I'm here every Saturday, pending alien abduction or weird, strange happenings. I'm here every Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific. I mean, Mountain Time, not Pacific. 3 p.m. Pacific. Jeez, good gods. Let me just try this again, and hopefully I can get it right. 3 p.m. Mountain Time. All right, I got it this time. And Monday to Friday, for surely this week, I can Macho Man 1,000,000,000% chance promise you guys Dave is back on Monday. Because I don't have to move any guests around. So it's all good. Back on Monday. And he's there Monday to Friday. Handsome Grantavius Flavius Maximus. Legio 13. Wednesdays with Lee Strauss and the Max Report. And also, oh, well, you know what? 6:30 a.m. in Adelaide. I may have said that wrong. But yes, it's early in the morning, way over in Australia, where they got all the cool animals and lots of sharks for Dave. Anyways, Friday, Element 115 with Lee. Me on the weekends, Rob G, everybody else. No cats today, I don't think, because I'm pretty sure the cats are... Well, I put the sprinkler on, so I know the gargoyle's probably not going to show up. He's a water cat, if anybody ever wanted to know. Wait, first, hold on a sec. I got to say hi to everybody here, so I'm not being a jerk or anything. Let's go to the top here. Hello, Kitty Cattywhack. Nope, no cat. Losing it. Vegetaquita, Bino from Oz, Jennifer, and that's it. Because everybody's probably out doing stuff on Saturday. It's a nice Saturday here in Edmonton, at least. Let's see here. Let's get... Well, of course, there's cat hair stuck in this thing already. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have ever thought that would happen. 3 fuzzy heathens running around my house all the time. That's all right, though. Anyways, as I said, I put the sprinkler on because the gargoyle, my gray guy, he's a water cat. You gotta let him have as much water as he can handle, because basically, excuse me. Oops, that's not what I wanted to use first. Go with my purple boy out here. Basically, anytime I have a shower, I have to let him come in, and he's got to stand on the edge of the shower, and I have to soak him down, and he gets all soggy. And then when I get out of the shower, all he wants to do is rub up against me and undry me from all the shower water I just cleared myself from. So he's kind of a little jerk, but he's a cat. You can't expect any less from him. So he's outside with the gremlin and the whiskey. The whiskey's just in her little tiny cat house, because Mrs. Fylth made whiskey a little cat house for the cats. So and then it's just me up here. Fox is at home today. She's got a ridiculous plethora of plushies she's got on order. So it's partially my fault for letting people know about her superpower. She has 3 superpowers, and making plushies that turn adults back into children is one of them, which is probably her most powerful superpower. Because everyone that sees the plushies, they just kind of melt back and revert to children. And then... I'm losing it. I thought I heard something here, folks. Hubcaps? Yeah, well, I don't know if I would have... I don't know if I'd have a problem with those type of spiders, those big Australian spiders. I don't... not really... I don't mind... I just kind of leave all the bugs and stuff alone for the most part, so usually that works out good. I'm not sure if they're maliciously violent in Australia, so I can't say. We'll have to get a follow-up report from Bino later on. So, anyways. And then after this, as usual, for my ritual, I'm going to go have some chicken wings, if I can. I might have to go to my mom's today. I'm not sure yet. And I got to pick up, because my mom's moving, and I have to pick up some of my old typewriters. And I do believe my friend Fox is also... Oh yeah, I already mentioned that. She's doing a whole bunch of conscriptions or whatever. Commissions, not conscriptions. One's vastly different than the other. Anyways, rambling away here. This cartoon here that I'm doing today is my August cartoon for my 2026 calendar. So this one is since it's set in August, I decided I was going to make it all about the goblin today. because let me just double check here my calendar from a couple years ago. 1955 was the Hopkinsville Goblins case. That's when people have claimed to see little goblins pestering them. I think it was like 3 days or something they were pestered. So this one's all about the goblin buddy, and he's having a cake. Mr. Nightcrawler brought him a cake, so he's having a cake. A little pea came out 2 seconds after he slowly went backwards and ran to the front. Yeah, that's yeah, bird and a spider. This is really big. Luckily, I'm not a bird, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'll try to make sure to keep an eye on the chat room here, so I can say hi to you guys and everything. Catch any questions that you guys have. Because usually my accomplice does that, but like I said, she's working on her commissions. Oh boy, 1 second. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Yeah, side effect of working in a warehouse is just encased in dust at all times. Even though we're basically just dust anyways, just a more structured piece of dust that can talk and think and things like that. But so this one's all about the goblin today. So it's his birthday, and Nightcrawler brought him a little birthday cake. Actually, also, there's another birthday today. This person is very special and dear to my heart, and it's her name day today, and I have to get her a cake, maybe an ice cream cake, because I know she likes ice cream cake, but definitely a cheeseburger or a peanut butter parfait. But it's Mrs. Fylth's name day today. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. I love that woman. She's the best. She'd probably hate me if I was telling everybody about it, because she's usually a pretty private person. And she does exist, but it's Mrs. Fylth's name day, and she's the best in the world. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have Mrs. Fylth as my sweetheart. Out of all my sweethearts that I have, she's the best one. Because I've racked up an astonishing amount of boyfriends and girlfriends, been husbands and wives. But anyway, it's an inside joke thing. But oh no. 1 second here. I'm going to have to adjust something. Go. Stupid dying batteries. That's all right. Whoop. I've broken it. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. Just have to change something there. All right. There we are. Everything's fine. We're all good. Hi, Fylth. What is the paper you use? Well, I can show you exactly what paper I use. This is the paper I use. This is Canson XL watercolor. There's the size dimensions. I use this because it really allows me to slop water all over the page, and it doesn't really warp too much. So, Mrs. Fylth she was probably the cutest goth girl in high school when I knew her, and now she's just basically like a slightly goth medieval peasant. She's very reclusive. Some people don't ever believe that she exists, but she does exist. And apparently, according to Nicole Sakich, Mrs. Fylth has the cutest Canadian accent. So, yeah, there's that. Plus, in my highly biased opinion, she's also pretty cute. Sometimes I'll tell her that. I'll be like, hey, lover, did I ever tell you that you're beautiful? And she goes, once in a while. Because we have a really weird relationship. I don't have to take her out and buy her presents or anything, or do any of that kind of stuff. I don't have to do the typical relationshipy things with her. She just basically needs to be fed tea and have a cat thrown at her, and she's happy. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky. And she doesn't. Basically, as long as I come home, bonk. As long as I come home with all my internal organs and I'm not beating up animals, She does. Yeah, I'm pretty good. And I can't die. I'm not allowed to die. Apparently, she said. So yes, I'm a fairly lucky guy. I'm probably, in my opinion, the luckiest guy in the world. And she often plays Dungeons and Dragons and dice rolling with us, the nerds and I. And I also use her for plenty of um, what's the word? She's like my editor, basically. She edits my stuff so that all my writing and everything is coherent and legible and not an absolute complete mess or anything like that. Gotta get a goblin sometime, brother. Well, you know what? I can ask Fox if she will put together another goblin because we had one at the art walk this year and it sold. I think it was the first one that we sold. I'm not Scottish or anything, but I'll be the Canadian Highlander. You know what though? And speaking of Scottish people, hold on, I gotta have a swig of my. What am I having today? I'm having water with lemon in it. Mmm. Why'd you settle for me? Well, because I ticked off the boxes of things that she did not want. And I guess a lot of people want a girlfriend that does the same things as them and this and that and all those other things. And she's like, I'm very low maintenance and I don't need a lot of attention. And I'm like, well, that's perfect because I'm terrible at relationships. And yet here we are. We've been together since 2016. Still trying to find something to have an argument about. Just doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe we're doing something wrong, but like, does she go out for chicken wings with me? No. Does she like sports? No. I guess that's the only other things that I like that she doesn't. Oh, and she can't eat anything spicy. Anything hotter than mayonnaise would probably kill her. And I guess the only bad thing about Mrs. Fylth is I have to buy white bread. I can't buy nice fancy bread because she just likes plain old white bread. But either way, speaking of the Scottish thing, excuse me. I used to go to this. There was a guy by my house. Anyways, it was called the Glasgow Butcher, and he was absolutely awesome. Andy was his name, and he butchered by trade, and he made the best haggis in the world. I used to play World of Warcraft, and I played with this Scottish lass and her husband, her boyfriend, and we used to just basically just role play our characters all the time and do like little wimpy dungeons, and it was fun. We ended up talking about all types of weird junk and like fan fiction type stories together and everything. And then one day she ever asked if I had heard of Robbie Burns Day, and I said no. And she educated me on the subject. And then I think this was in December, so I said, you know what, that's coming up relatively soon. I'll go get a haggis. So I went and I got haggis from the Glasgow Butcher, and I bought some interesting Scottish snacks, and I tried that Erin brew stuff or whatever, and it was probably the most disgusting thing I've ever had. And you know, I've eaten like the clams or whatever it is, the snot in the shell. It's just ugh. I would rather have an Erin brew, but yeah. Anyways, aside from all that, it was really tasty. I likened it to extremely rich shepherd's pie. That's the best way I could explain it. And everybody else thinks it's gross just because of the ingredients and everything, but I mean, people put a lot of weird things in their mouth, so who knows? Well, Bino, my grandpa on my mom's side was Irish, and my grandpa on my dad's side was Italian, and my grandma on my dad's side was German, and my grandma on my mom's side was also Irish. So, if I remember correctly, I have it written down somewhere. I have a book of stupid thing. I have a book of all the ancestry type things and whatnot. So basically, all in the end, we're big drinkers for the most part. And you know, if I ever had to sit down with a bunch of like rowdy Irishmen and Germans, I'd probably hold my own pretty well. So, other than that, Mrs. Fylth is basically all Irish, except she doesn't have red hair. She's got like a nice sandy colored hair, and she's got her eyes basically look like glaciers. They're like a bluish green. She's really cute. Yeah. Anyway, and she's pretty good with cats. She's good with kids. She's good with everything. She's just good. Yeah, I'm a mongrel, and I got a nicely shaped skull too. So if a predator ever killed me, took my skull, then he'd have a nice little trophy. I gotta refill my vodka here, aka my water. Glig 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 glig. Except I'm out of lemon, which is my only complaint about this situation, and there's not much I can do about it. So, oh well. Ah, you probably got a little barbarian in you. One second, I have to grab something here because I need to get my color references. Color references. There you are. Because I have to draw the Ghost Hunter. Here's what the Ghost Hunter arcade machine actually looks like. If anybody was wondering, it's based off Super Ghouls and Ghosts. There's a rumor that game company is coming out with a second installment of Ghost Hunter called Ghoul Blaster or something to that effect. Not entirely sure, so we'll keep an eye out for that when it comes out. I know that the spacebar here has. They also have Area 51, which is kind of a run and gun shooter type game, and they have a 20 and back pinball arcade machine in the way in the back part of the. Oh, hello, Tyler 420. They had a time 20 and back pinball machine way in the back of the space bar, past the pool table, which the pool table usually has broken windows because Mothman can't seem to not hit them when he's playing pool with Bigfoot. So yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, really, to be honest. The amount of money that 32 Squared has to spend on repairing windows is just ridiculous. So Mothman doesn't know it, but sometimes 32 Squared adds an extra bevy onto his tab just so he can, get some of that money back that he keeps having to spend on broken windows. Mothman. Jerk. All right, here. Let's, oops, no, I need the red. Let me get my sniper red pen here. The Last Starfighter. Ooh. Wow, I haven't, oh, there's a memory. Wow. You know what? One second here. Oh, mysteriously, my mom decided to show up. I have to hold on 1 second here. I'll have to yell at her. Bugging me during studio time here, swindling. Dave's gonna yell at me. Hey, Swindling. It's Chantel's birthday. It's Chantel's birthday. It's Chantel's birthday. Go say hi to her. Okay, sorry. I'm done yelling at my mom. I love my mom. I love my dad too. They're both awesome. Like I said, I'm the luckiest guy in the entire world. So, anyways, back to my drawing here. We got poster for today. KMFDM sucks poster because KMFDM sucks. And if you don't understand that, you could probably go listen to KMFDM. They have great hits like Juke Joint Jezebel, Megalomania, and my favorite is probably the entire Adios album. That was a great album. KMFDM was they played with Skinny Puppy and Pig and Ministry and all those weirdos back in the day. And hello, Shaq Valet. Stupid runny nose. But they played a lot of stuff. They used to come to Edmonton a lot. And I think I've probably seen them about 6 or 7 times. Really good show all the time. They've been kicking ass for like 40 years. Sasha's like super old. But they did a lot of old style industrial rock type stuff. And I think they toured with boy, what is it? My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult. That's what I'm looking for. Green. Thrill Kill Cult's a pretty good band. Green, red. There we go. And they can have these little pennants up. Ooh, thanks, Kitty Caddywhack. What's it like living in a 7-foot body shack? Well, I bet you he has to sit awkwardly when he goes to the bathroom because his legs are super long. And he probably can't ride a normal bike. Okay, can't ride a normal bike because he's 7 feet tall. It's just a, he should have did wrestling instead. He could be a giant like the Big Show. I missed bonk again. Yes, thanks, Kitty Caddywhack. I will make sure that the cats get some snacks tonight. They get snacks all the time. Those cats are so spoiled. I mean, they probably eat better. Well, actually, I don't think they'd eat better than you, to be honest. Because let's be honest here, folks. We feed the cats raw meat, so yeah, they get past on that. So, because they're farm cats, so they're used to it. It makes their poop less stinky and their pee less stinky too. So Mrs. Fylth just goes and buys a great big huge 50-pound sack of meat chunks and divvies it up, and that's what we feed the cats. Neat little story there for everyone if you didn't know that. So my mom is stopping by today because she's her and her boyfriend are to pick my bike up, and my chain is all mangled on it. I have no idea. I somehow bent the chain on my bike. I have no idea. I don't know how that works, but I did. So bent the chain on the bike, and my back tire is flat. And the bike store closes at 5 o'clock today. So, but I have a feeling she's gonna end up calling me when she gets there because they're gonna ask a bunch of questions and try to upsell her on stuff like a good salesman, and probably a gong show. And yes, so then yes, after that, I will probably have to go pick up a bike, and I'll be like $200 poorer, but then I won't have to deal with it this summer because I always like to get my bike fixed up at the end of summer. That way, all the wiener kids that show up at the beginning of summer and they want their bike fixed for the weekend, blah blah blah, they won't have to deal with it. Bino's dog Luna likes white rice and rump steak. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about my pal's dog Pico at work, the warehouse dog. That is the most spoiled animal in the entire world. Irish brings her a sandwich every day. Ray feeds her his lunch. He buys Pico a steak every single weekend without fail. He just barbecues it just a little bit for her, cuts it up nice and little pieces and everything, because if he doesn't, she basically tries to wolf the whole thing down at once and just pukes it back up. So he's got a method down for all the madness. And the pure later lady that comes in brings a bag of veggies and stuff for Pico, and some of the drivers have snacks for her, and the office lady up front has snacks, and yeah, it's kind of comical. Except for me, I don't feed other people's animals. I just don't. It's not that I don't want to, but I just don't, because I don't want the dog to possibly get sick or anything. And then I'd feel bad because I got my friend's dog sick, and then they'd secretly want to punch me in the side of the head. And I don't want to have to beat up my friends, and the usual stuff. Okay, now I think I should probably get over to the Mr. Nightcrawler here. Give him a little color on. He's wearing a hat too, a birthday hat. But excuse me, because he's nice enough and bought the goblin's little mini cake for his birthday. He's Nightcrawler's actually a pretty good guy. He's got a pretty cute girlfriend too. I mean, look at her. Look at how cute Mrs. Nightcrawler is. Lady Nightcrawler's the best. She's a good DJ as well. Oh, hello, boy. We have a gargoyle sighting, everybody. Look at you. You're soggy. Who would have thought? Yeah, he's soggy, all right. Aren't you, mister? You big dork. Yes, I know. You're a little dweeb. You little dweeb, mister. Come on. You coming up? Come here. Come on, you soggy butt. Oh, you ever soggy, mister. Yes, you are. Oh, butt end soggy. We just stick your butt in the... Yeah, thanks, mister. Great. I dodged a bullet here because he stepped on the other side of the table and his little cat paws from his dirty little cat feet now. Hey, mister, you dirty cat. You dirty, filthy like your dad. Well, guess what, boy? I'm not really your dad. You're adopted. All right, back to drawing. Probably just ruined his day. That's cool. Well, thanks to everyone in your class, and I hope they had a good day, or if they're watching right now, then hi, everybody. It's a sunny day in Canada, and my Cornhuskers are beating the crap out of the poor team that they're against. I can't remember who it was, but they're delivering a stern beating. I think it was like 57 to like 8 or something the last time I looked. Pow, right in the kisser. And yeah, that's my college football team. I only have a college football team because one of my best buddies lives in Omaha, and when I first met him years and years ago, playing online video games like a nerd, he mentioned that he liked the Cornhuskers. So I was like, well, you know what? That's my team now too. And he's like, what team do you like? And I was like, oh, I like the Edmonton Oilers. And he's like, oh, I'll like them. I'm like, yeah, they're really bad. This was like 10, 15, 20 years ago or something like that. Holy crap, I've known Meebob for a long time. But yeah, it was during the decade of darkness, us Oilers fans called it. It was 10 years of just brutalness. But what, mister? I can't do anything. I gotta draw this cartoon. You want snacks? Yes. Well, Jennifer, Gargoyle probably he'd make a good minister of partying down. That's for sure. But he'd probably just supervise Gremlin causing a ruckus, because imagine having that guy just brutal. Okay, here we go. Let's get this goblin colored up after I take this cat fuzz out of here. Where did that come from? It's short and gray, mister. I don't know who that could be from. Look at him with his handsome little green eyeballs. He's a good boy. Okay, here we go, Mr. Goblin coming into existence on his name day, which is actually the 21st, but not. It's the 21st in the spacebar world, so which I don't really have a name for the world my cartoons live in. They just live in a place called the City, and that's it's on planet Earth, but it's just called the City. There's no actual name for the city beside the city. Like it says when you drive up to the city, it says the city. Yeah, I want snacks too. I'll have to go and get the missus her peanut butter parfait and cheeseburger after this, and you know what? Maybe I'll break the rules and I'll get her some butter chicken for supper. I make a pretty wicked butter chicken, but I know there's a restaurant where she prefers butter chicken from. So I think I just won't tell her. Just let it happen. Vegemite, eh? You know, that's something I've never been able to get a chance from. No, Jennifer, Gremlin and Gargoyle, they're brothers. I don't think they compete. And if they did, then gee, Gremlin would just get beaten up because he's not very smart. Let's be honest. He's not a very intelligent cat. He's very handsome. What am I looking for here? Oh yeah. The blue. I'll do that after. I'm losing my brain here, folks. Out of control. It's okay. Saturday. My buddy Watson invited me over. Really tempted to go, but I gotta get the peanut butter parfait and everything for the missus. Watson's having a barbecue and he's got a dartboard, and probably go there and drink 20,000 whiskeys with him. I think probably Mitch will be there and DFB Ray, and you know, and I told you know, it might sound terrible. I forgot it was Mrs. Fylth's birthday today too. And I kind of already promised my other buddies I was going to hang out with them, and now Watson wants me to hang out with him. And apparently, I'm in high demand today, and I don't even know. I'm a complete mess. Somebody help me. This would be a good time to get abducted by aliens. Aliens, help me out here. Hey, greetings there, and I have some questions for Fylth, if and when I have time. Well, guess what, J Truth Seeker? I'm here till like 4 o'clock. I got all time in the world. You know what? I might even be here a little bit later because I don't seem to be getting this one done faster as I normally do. So, J Truth Seeker, fire away. Whatever. What does the J stand for? I wonder. Probably justice. The Justice Truth Seeker. You know what? I'm using that. Got to use that now. That's going to be a character. Congratulations, J Truth Seeker. Your character is a paladin in my world now. I have a homebrew fantasy world thing that I RPG thing. So, well, guess what? I'm paying for your name change. It's going to be Justice from now on. Justice Truth Seeker. Look at that. You got a nickname. See, if you hang out with me long enough, you get a nickname. Oh. Maybe. Wait a minute. Are you James Farmer? I don't think so. Okay. Anyways, I'm done here. Put that there. That goes there. I may have forgot because people always talk to me and I have a memory of a goldfish, which is why I forgot half the things I was going to do today. And it also works out good because then I can just come on the show and I don't have to have a structure of anything. Yes. Anyways, sorry. Fire away. Ancient Egyptians worshipped cats. Yes. Yeah, well, my nickname's better than Dave's. Because you know why mine's better? Because I don't eat the Nanaimo bars like Dave. And I say the Jaquita's name properly. So take that, Dave. And also, Dave says, he doesn't say foyer. He says foyer. What's with that? I'm just smack talking Dave on the show. He's just going to show up and start yelling at me. Dave, I'm bugging you. He's probably out in the forest so he can't hear me. Out with Tim James. Looking for Bigfoot. Crash site. Okay. Anyways, fire away, J Truth Seeker. Baked Beano. Well, look at that baked Beano. BB. Big Bad Bitchin' Baked Beano. How about that for alliteration? Anyways, fire away, J Truth Seeker. I'm here to deliver whatever answers that I can get from you. I always like answering questions. I always do those goofy Facebook things like, oh, what's your favorite cheeseburger or whatever? How many have you ever broken a bone? Stuff like that. Those are always fun. So yes, fire away. If anybody else has any questions, fire away too, because I don't know, I'm not really a very interesting person, but I can sure let you know about my interesting life. Like everything around me is interesting, but me myself, I'm just pretty plain. I like James Alexander. I see what he did there. But I don't have any superpowers or anything, and I just draw cartoons, and that's about it. So, but a lot of weird stuff happens around. So, anyways, he's curious about helping you out on Spaced Out Radio booking of guests. I have some questions about that. Yes, ask questions about the booking because yes, I do. I asked Dave. If I get some help doing bookings because I've just been doing a lot of drawing lately, and my work is really busy. So I've been working a lot more because usually at work, on my breaks, I would go do booking, but just don't have the time. And the third book I'm writing, and blah blah blah. Yeah, Dave likes breakfast for dinner. Good gods, what's with that? Well, to be fair, I don't really like breakfast stuff, anyways. So I'm kind of the odd guy out on that. I can't dig Dave on that one. He gets a pass for that. I don't think I'm anybody's hero. Maybe my cats. Maybe my little Gargy boy. Hey, mister. Hey, mister. How can you be so long? How are you such a long cat? Look at him stretched out. What a dork. Anyways. Yes. Ask questions about the. Look at that. Cat fuzz everywhere. I can tell you a couple things right now. Nobody gets paid for anything at Spaced Out Radio. So we can book Dave some Taco Bell. It's all volunteer, and the only thing is you have to commit to it. We can't have you can't come in and like help us out for like a week and be like, I don't feel like doing it anymore. Um, aw, well, I don't like hearing that kitty cattywhack. But you know what? Now Bailey's in the supervisor lounge. She can hang out with Blob. If it was a, if it, you know what? Supervisor lounge is for dogs and cats, and I guess reptiles too. Um, Maybe some hamsters and fish too. There's probably a fish tank in. There's a really big fish tank in the supervisor's lounge because you gotta have fish too. But you know, if you were a closer kitty, I'd give you a great big hug. It is the supervisor's lounge. You know why? Because they get to watch over us, and you know they just get to keep supervising us as we do stupid things like me eating stupid hot wings, and you know I'm gonna probably stub my toe really bad and then swear, and then Blob will be like, "Why are you swearing so much?" Anyways, I'm rambling. But you know, I feel really bad for you, kitty cattywhack. You know what? It never gets easier, and animals give us the best days of our lives, and they also give us the worst day of our lives. But without animals, you just there's something missing. I mean, I've pretty much had animals my whole life, and I know this isn't about me, but you just got to have them because they're, you know, you have a terrible day at work or whatever happens, you come home, there's your dorky dog wagging his tail, hopefully to see you there, and you know, and then in my case, the cats just want me for some snacks, and then they ignore me, except for my little Gargy boy, who's currently passed out at my feet, despite me putting the sprinkler on for you, mister. And what are you doing? You're in the house, up here, passed out beside me. Sprinkler's just going. Water bill's getting hammered. Anyways, but yes. So, J True Seeker, you can't be working at like Jimmy Church Radio or like if you're doing stuff for another radio show or podcast or whatever, then you gotta pick one or the other basically. Um Basically it's just so that again you because you gotta it sounds dorky, but you have to sign like an NDA because we talk about stuff and what happens in spaced out radio land between everyone who stays in spaced out radio land. And it's just like a we don't get paid, but we do everything as professional as possible. I mean, they let me into spaced out radio, so the professionalism is it's kind of questionable with me there on the handle, but um yeah. But I get like I guess the basically what I do for booking is I I anytime I see interesting movies or movies, DV, blah, podcasts or interviews or just interesting people on X or YouTube or whatever. Oops. Um, I apologize immensely. Just give me 1 second here. Sorry about that, folks. I had to get my mom the keys. Anyways, um, what was I going to say? I just basically what I do is I go look for guests on radio shows, other podcasts, things like that. Um, you don't normally book other podcast people because it's basically like conflict of interest, right? They're direct competition for the most part. And you just email them. Like you get a little template email instead of having to type the thing 1,000 times. You email them and just say, hey, are you interested in coming on Spaced Out Radio? Blah, blah, blah. They usually say yes because everybody wants to go and talk about their experience or what they research or their book and things like that. and then they say yes or no, and then if they say yes, you go, here's a couple dates, and then you give them a couple dates, and then they pick one. Or you can be like me and excuse me. Hold on, I gotta have water here. My drying up because I do is blah 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 blah. Oh, sorry about that. um, I've booked some people from Australia before and didn't realize that it was the next day for them when it's supposed to be showtime. For instance, I have Stephen and Evan Strong coming on uh, in October on the 2nd for Spaced Out Radio Time, but that would be the 3rd for them. The Evan, Stephen and Evan, it would be the 3rd for them. So, yes. Anyways, rambling away here. Yeah, if you go on other podcasts and talk with guests and everything, then yeah, that's fine. Because I go on with Brian Bowden every once in a while. He invites me on. He's a really good guy. I like that guy. Sir Brian Bowden. He's a Freemason. I do believe he's a Templar as well. I wonder if what kind of benefit packages they got. So, yeah, just here. Let me go like this. Bookings at spacedoutradio.com. Shoot me an email, and then some point in time, I'll email you back, and then we can sit down and talk or whatever, and we can go from there. So it would, yeah. We originally had a two booking people. Then we had 3 for a short time, and then it was just back to me. And I used to have a lot more time than I did now, but between getting my 3rd book together and my calendar and work and just life and junk, I just told Dave I felt like I wasn't doing enough, and he scolded me. He's like, "Filthy, you're the best in the world." And he's like, "You got nice chest hair." I'm like, "Is that all I am to you, Dave? Nice chest hair and a handsome face." And then so yeah, so I just figured it would be nice to have a little bit of help. And then we're never behind or anything. It's just I personally put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm never happy with whatever I finish. I always, maybe it's just probably because I'm like an artist or something. But well, anything we can help with, kitty cattywhack. Yes, yes, Big Beano. Apparently, I have nice chest hair. Nicole agrees. Dave agrees. Handsome Grant agrees. I mean, when we're in Vegas, Grant's like, I just got to rub my hands through it. He's like, geez, Grant. And then everybody's groping me in Vegas, and holy good gods, what a mess. Yeah, I actually drew a cartoon of a golden chest hair, and I mailed it to Grant one day. He's probably got it in his giant collection of cartoons that I've given him over the years. Grant's awesome. He's my Bruderschaft. I love that guy. I gotta phone him afterwards and tell him I love him. I'm just gonna phone him, he'll pick up the phone and be like, hello? And I'll be like, Grant, I love you, bye, click. And then he'll probably call me back and I'll just ignore it. What's he gonna do? Nothing. I got his personal phone number too. It's 1-800-LIP-BLADE. That's not it, but see, if I was like stupid rich, there would be signs like that. You'd just get a phone call. It's like, sir, your new number is 1-800-LIP-BLADE. What? How did that happen? I don't know. Some guy from Canada called and decided that's what it was. So, yes. Yeah, send me your phone number and I'll call you. My number will probably come up as 780 something or another Canada, or just long distance or something. But I'll just tell you when I email you back. My phone number's in my email when I email people. Never mind. So it'll be right there. Derp. I don't seems Dave has an obsession with male body hair. Yeah. Dave probably has a collection of beards and mustaches in jars or something. uh, one second here. Look, there's my whiskey breath. Hey, whiskey. She's a grumpy old bag. No, my phone number's really old. When they first went to 780, everyone complained about it. And then all of a sudden, they're like, this is a 403 number. What the hell's 403? It was originally for Calgary, I think. And either way, now it's not for Calgary anymore. Did I do something wrong here? No, well. Yeah, so anyways, the point is, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Yes, 780, the number came up, and then that was around the time, I think, when they also banned smoking in bars. And then my friends and I drove to Calgary just to go smoke in bars one time. That was our plan. Let's go to Calgary so we can smoke in the bar. Okay. And so that's what we did for a weekend. All right. What color hat? What color should I make? Should I make the Nightcrawler's hat? I gotta give him a colored hat here. These little green guys here. Yep. 780 area code. Now I had to call all types of weird numbers and junk. Let's get this little cake done here. You know what? The cake is going to be... It's just a little mini cake. Green it is. Baked Beano. It's got pink frosting on the top of the cake. It's just a little cake. It looks like a little muffin, but I call it a cake. It's just easier to draw a muffin, but if I call it a cake, then great. He's got a green hat. Let's color up his hat green here. And then you know what? He's just going to be able to take his hat home with him. And he'll always have this green little party hat now. Look at that. He helped with my world. Let's do... The star is going to be yellow. How surprising there, Dirty Fylth. The star is going to be yellow. Right? Real original. This is my... Avert your eyes, children. He's using a pen. Nobody will know. Hello, Tartar Saucer. Oh, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I'm almost onto the penciling or the inking phase of this. The penciling is already done. The inking phase is coming up fairly shortly here. I don't even think fairly shortly is proper English. Yeah, well, what are you going to do about it? Not much. All right, let's get this. Color this in here real quick. A little KNFDM pill. Let's make the other side green, shall we? Greenish, bluish color. That's a turquoise, what they call it. You want to know something cool, J True Seeker? When I lived in Vancouver, North Vancouver to be exact, there was a place, I think it was a New Zealand company originally, but it was called Hell Pizza. And they would deliver their pizza in a hearse. And when you were done, you could fold the box up. There was like a punch out that you could fold the box up and it turned into a little coffin, turned into a little coffin, and it said, "For your remains," and you put your leftovers in there. It was really neat. I don't think they exist in Canada anymore. Good gimmick though. It was really good pizza. Pricey, but the toppings were really good, which, you know, I'd rather pay a little more for something and get good quality as opposed to just cheap. But yeah, it was pretty good there. And inside the pizza shop itself, they had all types of horror themed memorabilia and things like that. All right, here we go. On to the inking phase. My favorite part. Let's start with the light here, shall we? I'm not sure what the phone number was from there, but I should have kept the. I had a one of their menus from a long time ago, and I should have kept it, but just in my travels and moving and everything, I lost a lot of stuff. So, yeah, not much you can do about it. It's all over but the crying, and there's no reason to cry about it. It's almost time to get Mrs. Fylth her birthday cake, birthday peanut butter parfait, and cheeseburger. Or I might get her butter chicken. I'm not sure yet. August. And we'll work on a little poster here. Got cheap nails hammered into the wall. Because, that's the best way to put a poster up. Just rusty, crusty old nails. Smash them into the wall, and there you go. K M F D M KMFDM sucks. That's actually a song too, by the way. They make fun of a whole bunch of other bands: Kylie Minogue, Madonna, Depeche Mode. They used to, like I said, they used to tour a lot in Alberta or in Canada, and they'd stop in Edmonton, and I never actually ended up getting any autographs from them. I probably should have. One thing I liked about KMFDM is they always had a lot of different artists that would work with them. They never had this. They had the regular lineup, and hey, I didn't make the song Bake Beano, so but they used to have a lot of artists, guest artists, and everything that would come in and do a song or two. They had Ogre from Skinny Puppy was even on the Adios album. They pretty much had everybody that they brought in for that they had previously for that. So it was a really good album, though. I still have the 20th anniversary with the 20th anniversary T-shirt that they had, and they came and played in Edmonton. They even played in like Saskatoon or something like that too. They used to play a lot of places. But one thing, a lot of musicians, like smaller time musician guys, don't really come to Canada anymore because years ago they put this law in that if you come to Canada as a musician, you have to pay some kind of like tax or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's like a tax of some sort for each venue or something you play at. I can't remember. So pizza and booze. Yeah, pizza's tasty. I like pizza. I wish I had a pizza. I don't know if I. Well, I don't have to worry about it. You know what? In like 10 days or so, I'll get myself a pizza. That should work out good. Ooh, yeah, a little tiny candle on there. You know what? We'll put some sprinkles on there. There's some sprinkles. Gotta have a cake with some sprinkles. And I got smart too today, and I closed my window so that the sun wouldn't go in. Yeah, by December, probably cold and dark by this time. Alrighty, now we're on to, well, let's do the stupid writing. I really don't like the lettering at all. And if I get it done and out of the way, then I don't have to worry about it. Because the secret is to focus on the goal, not the process of getting there. Because if you just accept that, you got to do all this other stuff to get to the end, and you're already over it. So, yeah. I wouldn't say it's any words of wisdom or whatever. It's just kind of conventional thinking if you think about it. Why stress over you want to get something, just you'll get it, but you got to do some stuff to get there first. So it's all good though. Just like my books, it took a while to get those together. And speaking of, my second book is now published. Speaking of that, hold on, let me let's go here, plug that in, and then type in Cryptid Cartoons Volume 2. Yes, it's the second volume. Let's see here. Where's the little share button? I think there's a share button somewhere. Well, I don't know what to. There's probably some kind of special thing to do here. I don't know. Probably break the computer doing this, but that's not even going to work, is it? No, it's not. Well, I broke it. Yeah. Anyways, just type in Cryptid Cartoons Volume 2, then it comes up. It's like it's my second book, and I'm really proud of it. So took me a little while to put it together. There was a couple hiccups along the way, but that's what makes it good anyway. So I think for my third book, I'm gonna try to find a publisher, because then that way I can actually make some money off of the thing. Because after it's all said and done, after Amazon takes their cut, and my voice is calming. Have you ever thought of reading online for folks to relax by? Ugh. I heard my voice before, and I swear I do not sound like that. But no, I should probably give that a shot. I think it's probably because I just don't sweat very much about anything. Well, I sweat a lot because it's really warm here, but warm for me, a Canadian. But I don't really have any. Maybe it's just I'm just a calm guy generally. I'm not really. I don't have any anger. I don't hate anybody. I don't have unnecessary rage for any unless I'm playing like a competitive sports or something like that. Then oh boy, and then I'm a sore winner and a sore loser. Oh yeah, and if I'm playing any like games with like my friends, it just brings out the worst in me, anyways. But I don't know how I would. Ow, jeez. Well, normally I would say that hurt. I bashed my elbow there, but I can't feel anything in my left elbow because I hyperextended it when I was 14. Broke my arm in half, and there's 2 plates and a screw and 4 pins in there now. Here, I'll show you the. Look at my cool scar. Oh, you can't really see it very well, but yeah, look at that. Gruesome. Yeah, chicks dig scars. But oh well. Yeah, I guess you could do that. I don't know. I never really thought of that. I could. I have a comic here I could read afterwards if you'd like. It's a short little comic that I drew. I was actually thinking about doing that anyway. So 1 second here while I do this lettering. All 17 brain cells firing away. There we go. Well, oh, hi, love. That was a skateboarding accident. I was doing a board slide and I fell backwards and I put my arm out and I hyperextended my elbow. And you can't really see it, but right there. Ooh, dirty. Right, there's a little tiny white spot right there. That's where my bone poked through the skin. Yes, the bone poked through my skin, and there was a little trickle of blood. And my cousin skated up to me. He goes, "Hey, dude, how you do? Were you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "Man, you're right." It was weird. I tried to sit up, but I couldn't sit up. It felt like there was a brick of, like a sack of bricks on my chest. And so I laid there for a bit, and then one of the guys there skated over and helped me out. He put he just used just jerry rigged like a piece of cardboard and stuff to hold my arm. And then, excuse me. And then my cousin skated home, goes to my mom. He goes, "Klaus broke his arm." She goes, "Yeah, right." He goes, "No, he did. He broke his arm. He's laying there broken." And my mom and my auntie just thought he was joking. But it was like, I know we're kind of pranksters and everything, but when was the last time that we ever joked about that? So after much convincing, my mom and my auntie uh, drove down, picked me up, took me to the emergency room, and I waited 11 hours before I got to go in and get my operation. Yeah, that wasn't very fun at all. And then I just remembered the nurse was really cute, and she's like, "Can you get out of your shirt?" And I was like, "I'll try." And I just bought the shirt. It was a Coal Chamber shirt, a band that I used to listen to a lot of, and I couldn't get out of it, so she had to cut it, and I was really sad. Then I felt all like goofy because I'm sitting there with a broken arm and I'm all shirtless and everything, and I was kind of embarrassed. And yeah, good times. What do you do when you're 15 years old or whatever, 13, and you break your arm, ruin your brand new shirt and everything? So, and then I got a half cast on my arm, and I had to go for rehab on it, and it's sometimes when it gets cold, it's funny enough. Sometimes when it gets really cold or the weather changes, my elbow gets really sore. My whole this whole part of my arm. And to be fair, the Jacuita, I'm a fairly quiet person myself. This is probably the most I talk when I'm at home, because when I'm at home, normally I don't really talk to anyone or anything. Like I said, I mean, I basically just ignore the missus all the time. She just does her thing, and I do my thing, and you know, we work out pretty good like that. She's the best. You know what? Magneticus Attracticus. I was thinking about it, but they'd juiced me up with some morphine and everything. So I was speaking of boobies. I guess I was in a music video for my friend's band. They're called the Dabs, and actually, let me just see if I can find it real quick here. Yeah, there it is. So I'm gonna just link this. I don't know if it'll work or whatever, but anyways, this is my friend's band, the Dabs, and I'm the crazy bald guy in the wheelchair. So, anyways, at the end of the movie, it's basically about an insane asylum. Hold on a second. Sorry, everybody. I got a Hi, Swindlin. Sorry, I'm still doing the show here, but uh, it it's bent. There's a one of the links are bent. Yeah, I did. I had like because when I like if it's all fine, then it's all good. Like, don't worry about it then. Yeah, that okay. I got it. Anyway, I gotta go swim. I love you. Bye. Bye. Sorry. I apologize. Yes, the dabs. Anyways, um, sorry. I'm the complete mess here. But anyways, yes. So anyways, the at the end of the movie or at the end of the video, they push me into the nurse ratchet lady, and we did like 7 or 8 takes for it. And the like first couple times I didn't say anything. Then afterwards, I was like, "Hey, I can see down your shirt." She goes, "Oh well, enjoy." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so yeah, I got to see boobies. It's nice. Men are pretty simple creatures. Boobies and some snacks, and there you go. Okay, got the table all just about done here, and then I got to move on to the machine. All right, here we are now on to the Ghost Hunter machine. But you know what? I will definitely. I'll look up something to see if maybe I can do some narrating or something. Maybe I can make a couple bucks out of my voice, my handsome voice. Sometimes I'd like to do the Barry White thing for the missus. I'm like, I love her. I'm like, what if I talk like this? And she's like, I'm gonna hit you really hard. And yeah, so she's also really good with throwing knives. So there's not like I can run away from her or anything. Yeah, she's awesome. As a matter of fact, when I'm done this, I'm gonna go down there and just give her a big old smooch. She's probably just sitting on the couch, cat piled on her. Probably the gremlin. because the gremlin's a giant mommy's boy. He loves his mum. Funny story about the gremlin and Mrs. Fylth. We ordered pizza one day and eating pizza, and the gremlin jumped up onto the side of the couch with the missus. And as she's reading her book, he reaches out, hooks the slice of pizza out of her hand. It goes flying. And oh, hold on a second here. There we go. The piece of pizza goes flying. He grabs it, bolts outside into the parking lot, and runs away. And proceeded to devour an entire slice of pizza. He's a little thief. He's a little pizza thief. A little orange pizza thief. That gremlin. Unbelievable. You know what? You know what, Big Bino? My friend said I should just get a tattoo of like a dark circle at the top of my head. Then he said I could be a dickhead. Yeah. Auntie Keith, what a guy. I always like it's my friend Keith. I call him Auntie Keith all the time. It pisses him off. I got I got about like 13 friends really, and they're all really good people. So I'm not a very social guy for the most part. I mean, I'm kind of a homebody, but Mrs. Fylth is even worse. She does exist though. Put a copy of one of your cartoon scenes on the back. Yeah, no, I have one tattoo, and that's more than enough. It's just my little brimstone symbol. Everybody's got tattoos now. I don't have anything really worth getting tattooed. I need to get a mom tattoo, like the heart with the arrow, and it says mom. And I got to get my friend Courtney to do it because, yeah, it would just piss my mom off to no end. Look, Swindlin, Courtney gave me a tattoo of a mom tattoo. Why would you do that? That's just silly. That's stupid tattoos. And she'd be all grumpy, and I'd be like, "But I love you, Swindlin." I call my mom Swindlin, by the way. I don't know how I ended up with that nickname for her, but she's the best. So I love her to death, and I phone and bug her every day, and I phone and bug my dad pretty much every day, or at least give him a text. He's one of my biggest fans, and he's also one of the people that helped me with my art. He said this before, but he paid for my rent the entire time I lived in Vancouver, which is that's a pretty heavy duty feat to do. I just thought about love. I thought about getting some tattoos and some piercings and everything, but I just don't have any reason for it. And I'm handsome enough, anyways. 1 second here. I gotta write these. I gotta do this lettering here. There's the Mothman's high score. 7,317. 73,117. Beating out the Goblin. What's the Goblin score at, you may ask? Well, let's check it out here. 40,242. With the 242 as a nod to one of my favorite bands, Front 242 from Belgium. And then third place is someone whose name is Deez. And his score is 14,212, which is funny for me. Anyways, there's a little thing you can try to do the math and stuff on that. So, well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, kitty cattywhack. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm almost done here too, so. But if you need to go, you can go. You don't have to. Make sure you sign the guest book before you leave. And I appreciate that you came and hung out with me. I appreciate everyone that came and hung out with me today. I really enjoy it. I get to sit here and talk about cartoons and ramble about things, and who knows what I end up talking about. I even answered a couple questions. That's always fun. So if you want to stick around for a little bit longer, cool. If not, you can go. You guys can do whatever you want. I have total faith in each and every one of you. I just got to do little details here, and then I'm all done. I used to have my hair in dreadlocks and braids and stuff because I used to have hair back in the day when I was in high school. When I was one of the only, I was like one of the 10 white kids in the school because everybody else was like Lebanese jock dudes that were into sports. And then here comes like Gothic Klaus sauntering around with his hair all over the place, and they called me Chicken. It was kind of funny. And yeah, that's where I met Mrs. Fylth for the first time. But Mrs. Fylth, it's funny, I was dating my current web witch lady, my pal Fibala. She helps me with my books and everything. I was dating her at the time, so we were just friends for a long time, Mrs. Fylth and I. But it's kind of cool because Fibala Ellis, she does my book and everything, helps me with that. She does my website and all that stuff, and she's awesome, absolutely awesome lady. Known her for a long time too, obviously. I'm just blessed to have a lot of good people in my life. It's still fairly warm in Edmonton. 8:30. Let's see here. I'm almost done this. I gotta do a little more detail in the back here. Little credleys on the wall because the space bar is not the cleanest place in the world. Health and safety would just be absolutely appalled by the horrific conditions of the place. Let's see here. This is August. Calendar. This pen is just not working. Okay. There we go. Put the old Filthy there. And we'll just throw filthy.com on there too, just in case if just has to be there. 2026. And what's the date today? The best day. Mrs. Fylth's name day. She's so cute. And 13's my number too. All right. Look at this wonderful drawing here, all nicely done. There he goes. Thanks for the cake, Nightcrawler, he's saying. It's it's his birthday as well. On the 21st of August, because that's when the Kentucky Goblin showed up. So actually, so what I was gonna say is if anybody doesn't mind, you know what? I'm just gonna do it anyways. If you guys go, but I'm gonna do my little comic here that I that I did. Let me get the page here. I'll narrate this comic to you guys. Ooh, that's might have to lift this up a little bit. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I don't think this is gonna work out very well now. I think well, anyways, I'll just read it to you. So, October 13th, 1800 hours at the space bar. I'll just go down a little bit more so that I can. Don't worry, we'll get this all all together here. I gotta have a swig of water first, everybody. Okay. In the corner of the bar, a sinister plan is being hatched. I'm telling you, this plan will work. Who always comes in at 7 o'clock sharp? And Stanton and Alan are like, I don't know. Carl says, correct. That's why I call the shots. So he says, after he steals a pie, he stops here for Cryptid brew. Okay, so what about Sasquatch? What about Sasquatch? Think about it, Stanton. The last good Sasquatch evidence was the Patterson Gimlin footage. When Sasquatch walks to that door, we tackle him and take a hair sample? No. No, dummy. We get ourselves a nice, clear photograph. So he holds up his phone. These devices have come a long way. Smart HDR, lens correction, one good photo, and we could sell it for big money because they're always trying to make money. Why not get a video? I'll do the thinking, Alan. People are more inclined to believe a good photo over a video. Okay, it's almost showtime, boys. Get those devices ready, lads. The moment of truth for Carl and his friends had arrived. And there's Sasquatch walking in through the door. Try to be discreet, Stanton. Don't spook him. Hey guys, how's it going? Just checking my email, big guy. And then look at this, the Polybus game too. So anyways, they take their pictures. And they go, Stanton says, mine's blurry. This one's pixelated. Mine's a bit of both. And so he says, maybe his frequency is vibrating so high he appears blurry. Let's try one of those old-style instant cameras. Good thinking, Stanton. So Carl sent Alan and Stanton to a pawn shop to acquire an instant camera while he surveyed the prey. And there's 32 Squared talking with Bigfoot. He goes, and so this guy tells Congress they have alien bodies and no one bats an eye. Sometime later, these cameras are extremely primitive. I hope this works. So he takes a picture, click, flash, got him. And then 32 Squared tells Bigfoot, the Greys are trying to get a photograph of you, big guy. And he goes, it's all good. It'll turn out blurry anyway. He goes, look at this. It's blank. Human technology is junk. Grumble, grumble, grumble. And so they sigh, toss it away. What a ripoff. We will hatch a new plan, lads. Let's pay the tab and go home. Then they throw the photo away, and then it develops a short time later into a clear picture of Bigfoot. How about that? Anyway, sometimes I kill me. So I just wanted to say thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful day. I made sure I stayed a little bit later this time because I wussed out earlier last time because the missus was sick and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I am going to go and do something nice for the missus. And you guys remain dauntless. Tschüss.